Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Hopefully you can hear me. I want to thank Secretary Yellen and Chairman Powell for being on this call. I think it's interesting, though, Mr. Chairman, before I get to the folks who have presented, that when we gave a tax break to billionaires under a Republican administration, there was no talk about debt then. That this was going to turn around the economy and it was going to move forward. The fact is debt's debt, whether it's created by Democrats or Republicans, and I think it's more than just a little bit disingenuous to talk about debt when it fits your needs. It doesn't fit them all. The fact of the matter is that we've got a debt problem in this country, and we need to work to fix it. By giving tax breaks to billionaires is not a way to fix the debt problem in this country. That's just a side comment. I want to talk about housing for Secretary Yellen. Look, we have housing challenges all over this country. We have particular housing challenges that not a lot of folks are talking about in Indian country and in some of the more rural and frontier areas of our state of Montana, and I believe throughout the country. We've done some stuff for housing, but the truth is the impact of COVID-19, the impact of poverty in many, particularly the Indian country areas, is a big problem. Could you give me some indications on how we should be addressing this issue, and if it's an issue that is very high up on your radar screen as far as something that needs to be done?
Well, I think the issue of affordable housing is one that has plagued our country for many years. It certainly predates the pandemic, but the pandemic really dramatically impacted the income of many, especially low-income workers that already were tremendously challenged by the affordability or lack thereof of housing. So in the short term, the emergency rental assistance money that was made available is helping these households, but that those funds can't be used to solve the longer run problems that we have. But the Build Back Better package, really that's where the president has proposed policies to address what is really a crisis in housing affordability. And that proposal contains really the most ambitious investments in affordable housing production that this country has ever seen. So I'm hopeful that that will be helpful. The funds that were made available to state and local governments in the ARP can also be used to address longer-term problems with respect to housing affordability.
So one of the headlines in the papers today in Montana, at least, was that housing inventory has caused an increase in prices. In other words, the inventory is low, supply is low, and it's driving prices up. That's pretty basic economics, quite frankly. But with Build Back Better, do you see a significant investment in supply for workforce housing and affordable housing?
Yes, I think it's mainly directed at affordable housing. In total, I think the housing-related provisions amount to almost $150 billion. So I think that is substantial support to raise the supply of affordable housing in this country.
So if you, and maybe this is going to be up to us, but I've got to ask you anyway, because you've been around a bit, Secretary Yellen. Have you had a chance to take a look and see how much money that $150 billion, if implemented correctly, could leverage for housing? You there?
I'm sorry, is this for me or?
This is for you, Secretary Yellen.
I'm sorry, the question was how much?
The question was, is how much, have you had a chance to look to see how much $150 billion could leverage for affordable housing?
I don't have those numbers at my fingertips, but I can get back to you on it. I'm sure there are estimates of that.
Okay, very good. Well, I just want to thank you both for being here. Secretary Powell, congratulations on the nomination. And we'll move from there. And thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Tester. Senator Kramer of North Dakota is recognized.
Thank you, Chairman.